Okay, this is a video explaining how to do 7 through 10. The only difference is both equations have a variable by itself. Y equals this and y equals this. You could still think of it as substitution, as you should, but I'm going to take this and substitute it where y is, which is over here. Okay? So I'm going to take this y out and replace it with 4x plus 9. Okay? Now, I want to also give you a logical reason. I have an example of some kids here. Let's say that coal weighs the same as Potter. Coal weighs the same as Potter. And I tell you that coal also weighs the same as Mitchell. Well, if coal weighs the same as Potter and coal weighs the same as Mitchell, therefore Potter and Mitchell weigh the same. Okay? Well, same logic here. If y equals this and y equals this, then these two things should equal each other. So you just set them equal to each other. It's the same as substituting over there. Now, instead of a distributive property, we have a variable on both sides. That's why I reviewed this last week. I move the x's one way or the other. I'm going to move the 6x to the left. If I move the 6x left, I want to move the 9 to the right. And divide. The first answer is x equals -3. Now I substitute that back into either spot for x. The math looks a little easier in the first one, so I'm going to use it. I'm going to put a -3 right there. Y equals 4 times -3. That's -12. So y is -3. Okay. I'll do one more. If y equals this and y equals this, then these two should equal each other. So I set that equal to that. Okay? It's the same as substituting where y is. Okay? So I have a variable on both sides. I'm going to move the 8x to the right. I'm going to move the 10 to the left. And divide. The first answer is x equals 2. Now I'm going to substitute in either spot. I'm going to choose the bottom one this time. The math looks a little easier. Okay. Now I'm going to put a -2 in for x. Multiply. I'm sorry, +2. +2. X is +2. So that's going to be -6. And therefore y is +4. Okay? All right, so you still need to do 8 and 10. And then I have 2 problems on graphing. We have a lot of issues where people are struggling to solve for y. Remember, you move the x term by changing its sign. If I move 5x to the other side, I switch it to a -5x. And then I divide by -4. Double negative is positive. And double negative is positive. And then solve the second one. Okay? But to isolate the y, you move the x by switching its sign and dividing. If you have any questions, Mrs. Copeland, I think, is going to be in the room, and she can help you.